Hi, welcome to my channel. Today's video, are you stuck in a manic manifesting cycle? What do I mean by that? And what is that when you're doing that? What is going on within you? And we'll talk about that a little bit more in a moment. So before we start, if you don't know anything about me, I am an author and I also offer Zoom coaching and email coaching. A couple of my books up here now for you to see. If you want to speak to me about coaching, just pop along to my website, send me a message and we'll have a little bit of a chat before you commit to anything if you don't want to book up anything online. Okay, right, here we go. This is what happens when you are chasing the life that you want. You're constantly chasing it. So we're calling it manic manifesting because that's what you're doing. You're in a manifesting cycle. I mean, it could be absolutely everything that you want in life that you are chasing it. You're constantly chasing it. What you're doing when you are manically manifesting, so what I mean by that is constantly trying, constantly putting in the effort, constantly affirming, doing whatever it is that you do to manifest, or constantly tapping into the feeling of what you want. It doesn't matter what it is, you are in the try hard mode. So, and I just refer to it because it kind of seems manic sometimes. And I've done it myself back in the day. What you're doing is you are trying to control things. You are holding on to control. You are not allowing anything to happen. So let's talk about it like this. Let's say we don't need to do this. We need to leave this to a higher power, to something that we don't understand. And that's what we struggle to do. Our rational mind struggles to do that because we feel that as soon as we let go of control, then we are saying that we don't want it anymore. We're never going to get it. But if you look at the amount of time that you've been trying and nothing has been happening, there's no logic there. Logic is escaping us when we do this. Like I said, I've done it myself, so I know this is not a judgment. This is just telling you, explaining to you what's going on here, in my opinion. So let's say you decide something that you want. So the main point is to get real clarity on what it is that you want. Like, 'cause sometimes you might think that you want something, but when you actually think about it, you think, oh, is that what I want? But let's say, okay, for example, I might say to myself, oh, I want 100,000 subscribers. Oh, I want to sell this many books. I want to do this. I want to do that. Okay. Now, that's not strictly true. Eventually, what I'd like to be is a millionaire. Okay. When I really boiled it down to it, I think that is what I would like to do because that's a super achievement for me. And that is what I'd like to do. I'd like to do that for me. So do I mind how I get there? Do I have to go, oh, I want this many subscribers on YouTube and I want to sell this many books? And no, I don't, because I know that I will get there in the best possible way for me if I leave it to whatever this is that I don't understand. If I try to control it and think, okay, let's go down the YouTube route, I need to get this many subscribers in order to have a knock-on effect and sell this many books and do this and do that, well, then that can cause me resistance. So being the sort of person I am. And when I boil it down to it, what is it I want? This is what I want. So let's just go with that. So that is the clarity of intention. So that is the clarity of intention I've got. And I don't know how I'm going to get there, but I do have an inner kind of calm that is going to happen, but I don't know how it's going to happen. I've got no idea. So what we do when we try to control, so we decide what we want. So we get real clarity on it. Let's say you've got clarity on what you want. And then you go into manifesting mode. So then you're affirming over and over, or you're constantly thinking about it, you're constantly visualizing, you're scared to let go of it. So you are controlling something that you've tried to give over to something else that you don't understand. And it can be the other half of you, you know, the other side of you, you know, inner you, God, the universe. So you're, on one hand, you're giving it over and then you're snatching it back and saying that you know a better way. So just imagine whatever this power is, has your intention, it goes, okay, so it plots a route for you to get to where it is that you want to go. Reality is starting to bend for you. And then you come along and you start changing that. You start messing around with what is being plotted for you by trying to control it, by affirming and doing whatever it is that you do, even if it is just trying to tap into the feeling all of the time, because that is obsessive manifesting as well. That is manic manifesting. Whatever you're doing constantly is a form of manifesting. And when you are doing the manifesting, you are saying that you are in control, that you, with your rational mind, you as a human being is in control of this, and you need to find the way. But what's the point then in setting that intention for this higher power, whatever it is, because I have no idea what it is, and then stepping in with doing all this other stuff? You do not need to. I've got really into just setting that real clarity of intention, really feeling, what do I actually want? Because I have thought in the past, oh, I want this many subscribers, oh, I want to sell this many books, I want this, I want that. But then you tend to look for it because you are putting in something so specific. But what is that you actually want from this? What do you actually want? What's your underlying heart's desire? What is that you want? And that's what you want to go to. And if that's a bit kind of like, it is specific in what you want, but you're not going to try and control how you get there, and you have no idea. For me now, I have no idea how that's going to unfold. So I can't, there's no element of control I can put in play, because I don't have no idea what's going to happen. And I really like that. I have really got to grips with the unknown and the kind of excitement of the unknown. How is this going to happen? But if you try to control it, you are doing it with your rational mind, and your rational mind is a human mind. It's not big enough. It's not it's not what makes the magic happen. You can struggle along, get bits of what you want with your rational mind, but I doubt you're going to get the whole picture. I can't never say 100%, can I? Because what do I know at the end of the day? But I'm just going from my own experience here. If you come along and try to control it when you've put in the clarity of intention and really felt it, like that is what I want, yeah, that is it, and you felt that heart's desire, and then you start to control how it comes to you, then you are basically almost wasting your time, because what's the point in putting that in and then trying to control it, because you're giving it to, and again, I personally don't think we're giving it to anything that isn't part of us. I think it's all part of us, and I don't understand it, but I do think it is. And like I've said before, and you've heard me talk about quantum a lot, I think it's quantum in some form or other. I don't really understand it, but that's what I like to think, and that's what works for me. If I ever find myself going there, sort of interfering inadvertently, so not purposely doing it, but I find myself going somewhere and I think, is that an intuitive nudge for me to do this or not? And I'm feeling generally it's not, and I'm like, no, pull away. It's nothing to do with you. This is not your part of the process, stop. And I find that really comforting to know that something is going on. Reality is bending for me to get what I want, and I don't have to do a bloody thing. And actually, if I do something, it's actually going to make it worse. And that actually helps me not to do stuff. So if you think about it like that, you are going to mess with a process that's already in place. You are going to deviate from the road that reality is setting for you, that is set for you. You're going to deviate, and you're going to prolong the whole process by going down this sidetrack that just goes on and on and on and on, because you are not allowing yourself to walk the path that is being created for you. Okay, I'm going to stop there. I really hope that this helps if you find that you are constantly manifesting. So if you have taken something from this video, every time you start going down that road of affirming or whatever it is that you do, stop. Just stop and go, no, I'm deviating from the path. It's already set for me. If I keep doing this, I'm going to go such a long route to it, and maybe I'll get there eventually when I finally do allow it, or maybe I won't, because I'll never. The problem is with our human mind, the more you give it, so the more you water it and the more you allow it to take control, the more it will take control. And you'll get to a point where you've been doing it for so long that you'll be absolutely terrified not to, and you won't your brain will never allow you to let go of it, because it will keep getting in there, because it's habitual, it's become habitual. So practice stopping, just practice going, no, it's already in place. If I keep doing this, I am going to make it a longer process. So if you're finding yourself manically manifesting, obsessively manifesting, same thing, have a look at that and have a think about what you're doing when you do that. And that might really help you stop doing that and start living your life. Because the amazing thing that happens when you do this is you just start living the rest of your life and really enjoying it, and throwing yourself into all of those things that you didn't much bother about before. So excessively focusing on how you can move forward all of the time, just enjoying the moment more, and just having that calm feeling that something is going on and you don't understand it. And how awesome is that? Yes, you'll think, well, maybe it will happen, maybe it won't. Your rational mind will think that, of course it will, but just allow it to do that. Practice the state of allowing, and you practice the state of allowing by letting whatever this is that we don't understand do it for you. You've asked for it, you've put in that intention, you've got that clarity of intention. Let it do its stuff. Just let it work for you, and it will. I'm not going to say what happened because it's too personal, but something happened with me, huge, really, really huge, and it's kind of quite life-changing actually, and it happened overnight. And it happened with me getting a real clarity of what I wanted from the situation, and it started unfolding the very next day, because I felt that I was just leaving it. Well, there's nothing I can do. If this does not happen, I'm going to be okay. But if it does, then awesome. So when these things happen, and when they happen super fast like that with me, not all of the time, I must say the bigger things with me like that tend to happen much quicker, because I really have no resistance there as such, because I think, well, you know, it's pretty huge. You don't tend to get involved with the bigger things because you have no idea how to get involved, so you don't. But it just kind of reinforced this to me, which is probably why I'm making this video, really, because it was huge. And yeah, there's nothing else I can say about it really, but there you go. So yeah, the more you do, the more you are saying that you know best. And we know that we don't. Deep down, we know that we don't know best. Our mind is controlling. Our mind will always want to control. And if we allow it to do it, it will jump in there and it will go, yay, great. And it will keep going and going and going. So don't. Okay, right, thanks for watching. Like I said, I'm an author. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, then I'd love for you to do that.